The greatest threats to our waterways are often invisible to the naked eye. Evidence crops up in unlikely places, like Alki Beach, across Elliott Bay from downtown Seattle. It's a favorite spot for scuba divers, but taking to the water here isn't for the faint of heart. Temperatures in the Puget can be in the 40s. But for the adventurous, underwater exploration offers a unique perspective on the marine environment.
Today we saw a giant Pacific octopus underneath the Honey Bear, which is a little boat that sunk out here. It lives underneath the bow of the boat.
It also provides a close-up view of the hidden threat to Puget Sound, like this drainage pipe, one of the main outfalls for Seattle's rainwater runoff.
We swam by the end of the stormwater drain, and it's pretty dramatic. The end of the pipe creates a brown, noxious soup of nastiness that is unbelievable and kind of dramatic and a little bit scary.
Unbelievable, because the water looks so good from up here. So we're looking at something we think is clean, and underneath you can see, diving there, it's dirty.
It's not clean.
It's dirty.
It's not clean. When we see that thing running in full flow, we turn around and we swim the other way quickly. There is just this unbelievable
gunk
coming out of the end of this pipe. This is our front yard. Would you allow your front yard to be sick?
This is sick.
This is sick. Doesn't look sick, but it is sick.
What's making this water so sick is what scientists have now labeled the #1 menace to our waterways: stormwater runoff. In Seattle, peak time for stormwater runoff is during fall and winter, when the rain comes down in torrents.
Everywhere that rain falls and hits the ground, it's going to pick up something. It might be nothing more hazardous than dirt, or it might be PCBs. It might be some toxic pesticide, and it will travel along with the water into the nearest drainage ditch, into the nearest swale, into a creek, into a river, and ultimately into Puget Sound. And whatever pollutants that water picks up on its journey to Puget Sound, it's going to deposit in Puget Sound.
We put in about 150,000 pounds a day of untreated toxics into Puget Sound. We thought all the way along that it was like a toilet, to be honest with you. What you put in, you flush out, and it goes out to the ocean, it gets diluted. We know that's not true. It's like a bathtub. So what you put in stays there.
The pollution in stormwater runoff in major cities like Seattle or in suburban and urban areas across the country is massive. Yet until recently, it was little controlled. The original Clean Water Act didn't regulate stormwater at all, though some limits have been adopted since. But the problem remains poorly understood because so much of the pollution is invisible.